All right. I'm wondering, do you ever think about how good you have it? Hmm. A lot of people never even think about that. Do you think you have it better than the motherfuckers in the Ukraine? What about the motherfuckers here, homeless or hooked on drugs and alcohol? I have the blessings of God, the love of my family, and the support of all of you guys. I have all of that. So I can say this without a doubt. The best for me are yet to come. I gotta admit, if I kept track of the blessings I have had in my lifetime, and I tried to count them on my hands, I would run out of fingers by now. Over 45 years in the game, 24 of them as a motherfucking visible square, and never had to have gunplay. I've had countless run-ins with other motherfuckers about this abadabba. And I'm proud to say, you know, none of them became physical because we kept the rules of this game in play. The abadabba Q was always the determining factor in my moves. If it had pimping in it, I'm gonna do it. Be good to the game, and the game will be good to you. I'm sure you heard that before, but you don't really know what it means. I have been. It's been hella good to me. I've been good to the game, and it's been hella good to me. Now, God has blessed me to see another beautiful year, and I'm so appreciative for living. My life has had many more ups than downs, and for that too, I'm thankful. I learned a lot, but what most sticks out is the old saying. It's true. If you give willingly or freely, you will receive back tenfold. And I have. I have thousands of friends, but one brother didn't wish me a happy birthday. He wished me a happy new year. I thought about that, and he's actually right. Each of us have a new year. We don't have to celebrate the new year on January 1st. We celebrate the new year on our birthday. And we should see our birthdays as a holiday. I'm just saying, I know I do. I know I spit a lot of shit and it ain't being wasted. I hear you guys saying you getting it. I've been getting a lot of love lately and it feels great. Overjoyed with the appreciation I'm receiving. For the rest of the day, I'm going to savor a beautiful and event filled past year and look forward to in a more profitable new year. The world is round, but it's becoming flat. Do you know what that means? It means that technology is advancing us to where we can reach out to each other with the greatest of ease through Twitter, Facebook, but let's not forget or forsake the value in personal interactions. Don't forget the value in your being able to say what you want or whatever you desire and having what you say understood. Don't underestimate the importance of being able to see a person that you're talking to, that you're communicating with. I don't mean seeing with your eyes, see them through understanding what the fuck they're saying. In other words, don't forget the human qualities that we are leaving behind in our race to a technology driven world. There's only one thing a 72-year-old person can tell a 20 something year old person that's important. And you want to know what that is? How to get to 72. I get fulfillment every time I realize I'm delivering right on time information to a group of young men who are really thirsty for it, who are really looking, and some finding their way. Really and truly, this life we live is a maze. It is really hard to find your way. I look back at my wonderful life and know my daughter and my friends will benefit from my wealth of knowledge. I am rich beyond my imagination, and still I could use a little more. I'm on it, but I really want to thank you all, and especially my die-hard daughter, because none of you nor her will allow me to settle for less than what I want out of my life. Ever since I made it a point to be a real man in whichever field I went into, I have never had a conversation or a debate with a person, and whether I won or lost, that person has never left with less respect for me than they came with. Most times their respect increased. I'm a firm believer in there's at least 40 or 50 ways to handle any one situation, and I know them all. To be 60 plus in today's world is not like it was when I was a kid. A 60-year-old person back then looked and acted 60, which back then was one step out of the graveyard. Today, a 60-year-old person has quite a bit he or she can rely on to help them navigate, the rest of their life successfully. You know something? I used to not know how to not care. I mean, I used to care about every goddamn thing, but then I kicked it to the curb and I start not caring about nothing. Did you know if you act out in any regards about something you say you don't care about, you're showing extreme care? Over the years, I learned that the only one who's supposed to know your feelings is yourself. Of course, I have jewels to drop because of my dedication to representing this affidavit to the fullest. But more than that, I know who my inspectors are. You motherfuckers can recognize shit from sugar and would roast my old ass if I wasn't on point. I need to be on point whenever I speak. Where's my calls, fellas? Where is the calls? You're not calling in to ask no questions. If I want to keep your respect, I better make sure I know and I show you all 150 ways to walk a straight line, straight into prosperity in your field of endeavor, whatever that may be. No one is supposed to know what you like or do not like. Some of these things are obvious, and by no means am I suggesting you got to hide your feelings, but you can't expose them to just anyone. Another thing I'm learning, it's true. Patience is a virtue. I used to wonder why older people didn't have a problem waiting in lines or in offices. And now I know. Since I'm old, most times when I go somewhere and have to wait in the line, I don't have anything pressing to do afterwards. So what's the goddamn rush? But the absolute best thing about being 72, in my case, is I have the majority of my wits about me, and I have the pleasure of having 75% of my friends, whom I've known over 50 years, still living and healthy. I'm among the most blessed men in the world. You guys keep blessing me with all the best wishes. You know, that's really important to me. And, I'm happy to be here, sane and healthy. All of you motherfuckers are way cool. And thanks for looking out or looking into the mirror and seeing yourself for the first time in years. Let me tell you one thing. Don't think because you feel 17 that your body will let you believe you're 17. Hello?
How you doing, Professor? This is Isaiah. I had called the
Hey,
number.
check this out, man. I'm doing a video. I got to call you back later.
Yeah, I know. I was letting you know that the number I called it twice. It's not ringing. It's not going through.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Fuck, man. That's on me. All right, bro. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, fellas. Let me do the next Steven. Fuck. Now you guys can call and it should go through because I didn't have I didn't have my shit on. But let's continue. Uh, I'm glad you guys looked into the mirror and see yourself for the first time in a lot of years. And remember, because you think you're 17, your body ain't gonna let you believe you're 17. I decided to change my bedroom around a week ago. But instead of paying one of these strong motherfuckers that live in my apartment building, I said, it's only a bedroom. I could do the shit. I did do it. But my body didn't tell me how it was going to feel afterwards. Fuck. Hey, I just read where you guys say you called. Let me make sure I'm on still. Hey Siri, call the radio show. Yeah, there. So we ringing. Call in and let me hear what you got to say about whatever. It's cool. Uh, I did do it, but I'm telling you, my body didn't tell me how I was gonna feel after doing it. I hurt in places. Uh, Carla, what's up? Hey man, what's happening? Yep, I understand what you're saying. You was taking shit for granted. bro. You gotta do the best you every day, every second of every day. Do the best you, and to not let yourself sit there and don't do nothing. Make yourself get out. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Hey, that's right. You could have not called in. Hey, you could have not called in thinking your shit wasn't important enough to talk about, but it is. And I'm glad you did, Isaiah. Stay down, bro. All right, you be cool. All right. Now, I'm telling you, my back, my legs, my neck, my arms, even my feet was hurting. I guess it's a lesson learned the hard way because my mother used to say to us when we was young, act your age. She used to say that because when we was acting like a baby, she would say, you too old to be acting like that, boy. Act your age. Now, I believe that message is well understood now. You know, you spend your life chasing dreams, and at most, you can say you almost captured them. But not many people get the chance to go as far as their dream projects. I have done a lot, but to be totally honest, I have not done all I intend to do or I could have done in my life. I did a lot in the Abu Dhabi queue, but I didn't do all that could be done in that Abu Dhabi either. I'm determined to do all I can do in this phase of my life. There's no percentage except 100. I cannot see any other percentage. Nothing else will suffice for me because all, that's what I'm after. I'm after it all. And guess what? I'm going to get it too. Hope you get what you want out of life. I told you all before. I broadcast what I intend on doing to force me not to let my people down. Now that it's out there, I got to stand up. I ain't scared of what could be. I know I'm older, but I don't feel any older. I know I'm wiser, but I don't feel any wiser. I guess growing old gracefully ain't so bad after all. I'm blessed with friends all over this country and friends right here in the U.S., in Nevada. Now, I've known and appreciated these people all these years. And in the last 10 years, I've met some Facebook motherfuckers, and we damn near like we know each other. Well, I ain't never really seen them. I just want to say to you all, you make this phase of my life very memorable because I am truly blessed. You can't fool me just like I can't fool you. The older I get, it seems the more I treasure your acknowledgement of my contributions. I was a taker in my life, but studying psychology, I learned there's a phase in life, especially if you was on the success side of the criminal life. Comes a phase called generativity. That's a phase of life where you want to give back. You purposely want to give shit back. You want to give back to who or what helped you allow or what helped you to flourish. And for me, that's y'all. I truly appreciate the well wishes. My daughter and I started cooking dinner the other night, and I thought about it and chuckled. She and I sat down, gave thanks for what we both been blessed to eat and have, and chowed down. What was funny was that was the first time we had a sit down dinner home. And caller, what's up? Caller, caller, what's going on? Yeah. What's up, man? What's your particular question? On what? A little. Hey man, look, you taking too long. So if you want to say whatever it is you want to say it so I can deal with it. Other than that, I'm hanging up. Yeah. What do you want advice on, man? Hey man, I'm gone. Man, I can't stand talking to people like that. Get you on the phone and start saying every goddamn thing except what the fuck they calling in for. Fucking asshole. I don't like that goddamn shit. Now, like I'm saying, me and my daughter, that was the first time we had a dinner at home since she was like 8 or 9. I didn't took her out to dinner and blah blah blah. We didn't have dinner at home, but we didn't sit down at the table. And I realized how blessed I was to see so much appreciation that I get for my hard work. And I'm gonna keep doing shit until I don't have any gas left. And I know you ask, when will that be, you shit talking motherfucker? Sometimes I wonder, what have I gotten myself into? All I expect is satisfied customers. These fraudulent dudes trying to show other dudes how to be a man, and they not even men themselves. They need to check themselves. Being a man to them is about handling women. Being a man to SW is about how you deal with everyday life occurrences. Those fake gurus can't take their points of fact of being a man and relate them to anything but how to handle a woman. Now, what I teach does not change if you're looking for a job and you get the interview or some other endeavor. What SW teaches make you use the same things to catch a woman as you would use to ace a job interview. What SW teaches is the same thing you'd use to submit a bid for a job because you're a contractor. It wouldn't help you get the bid. The way you bring shit and the way you present it determines how somebody gonna hear it. SW teaches real shit, not what's popular. So let me expound on what I mean. I'm not talking about a fad. If you pay attention to what the PUA's topics are, you'll notice they talk about what's popular or what's trending. I use my exact same principles on catching women as I do in my everyday life. I don't change the way I think for the occasion or topic. Here's the deal. If you want something to support, go to sidewalku.thinkific.com and select the level you want in on. You could send $500 and you're going to get the SWU and the gold package. Once I get your 500, I will register you for the upcoming group, hit you, and give you all the information. Now jump on this offer while it's still offered. You get the entire male confidence course at the gold level, and you get to enroll in SWU for $500. It used to be 500 just for SWU. It used to be 1,500 for the goddamn course. You'll be supporting the efforts made to bring manliness back. The new group begins on July 1st, 2025. Do you want to know what I'm asking the most about when it comes to confidence? How did I develop it to such an extent? And the answer is I failed at more things than I care to admit. Failure is what made me so confident. When I wanted to learn to shoot pool, I struck out for many months. Finally, it dawned on me to ask the owner of the pool hall, and my quest to become a shark began. At first, I didn't think I would ever win a game against Mr. Fuller, a game of six ball, because he liked six ball. But anyway, what I'm saying, I finally, he told me that I would never win, but I might beat him a game when I got good. That took 3 years. But finally, I did win a game. I had run the table, and he told me, remember, son, the only way, sure way to win is if you shoot out like you just did. I had run the table for the first time in my life, and a light came on in my head. You could only win if you are confident in your ability. After that, my confidence was damn near 100 times more. Same thing I experienced when I turned out, and it took me almost 2 years to catch my second hole. I kept shooting my shots at every woman I saw until one day I caught one. And after catching her, I realized I wasn't doing a damn thing wrong. I just hadn't run into the right woman. Soon, I was in control of my fear of not being able to do what was needed in any area of life. What can keep me down? What in the hell is important enough to keep me from my fucking obligations to my folks? Nothing. I have cotton mouth from all the damn fun I had this past week. To you squares who want to judge me for having fun, good for you. Spend your time looking at me or critiquing my life and not living yours, because I'm going to spend my time living my life. In today's times, we need to give credit where credit is due. I get a lot of congrats, but the heartfelt comments are bomb to me. Now, as a parent, you never know what lessons you taught your children stuck. I'm so happy to see that the main thing I wanted my daughter to learn, she did. And that's, it's all on you. Life is completely up to how you interpret it. My energy has been getting soaked up wondering about all the wrong shit. So I had to regroup and let life live. I cannot control what fate has in store for me. I can't. I can control the fucking path I take in life. I simply cannot accept someone violating my belief in the good in people. I believe people are naturally good. I am sure you and many others know exactly what we learned. We should know no one is exempt from what the world has become. Now, I know if someone close to me needs me, I got to see or figure out how to reach them ASAP. I got to feel worthy of my joy. I have a passion to succeed. My road to success is determined by how I respond to situations that seem horrible or impossible. As long as I'm doing the correct things when it comes to that, I can assure you I will be here, breathing, probably snoring. Now, by now, hell, where the fuck is Where's my shit? Okay. Any goddamn way. I have a passion to succeed, and my road to success is determined by how I respond to situations that seem horrible until I mull them over in my mind. I've been able to get proof that my work in progress has the blessings of God, or I wouldn't be here. That's my proof. I'd better value my time and get on with my goals with a different perspective. I know how easy it is to lose your fucking life in this world we live in. I'm here for a purpose, which I've known for quite some time. And that purpose is to share knowledge with whomever I am speaking with. I just think I'm one of the luckiest men in the world. When a person is on a path of greatness, does he or she use caution? When the greatness is achieved, do you then become reckless? Caution is required in all aspects of life, but sometimes to achieve that greatness that you're after, you got to throw caution to the wind. The cautious man travels paths already explored, tried, and tested. The man who uses caution as he travels, even though the two words mean mostly the same, will get different results. Because a man who uses caution will travel unknown paths, navigating with the knowledge he has about paths, but he will go. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Questions are the catalyst of thought. Can you imagine living without having to think about things or have the answers to shit? And animals got to use instinct, which keeps them in a survival mode. But that's about all the thought they give to life. People are so fake and full of shit, they limit themselves to thoughts that only survivalist thoughts. No one wants to be real with themselves or others. You want to know how I can prove you are full of shit right now? And the only way this could work is if you are totally honest with yourself. You only have 5 seconds to answer this simple question. If you answer it in the 5 seconds, it will show that you're a real person with real, and most important, you're a real person with people, and most importantly, yourself. If you don't answer it in 5 seconds, then you have work to do with the honesty you supply yourself. The question is, what is the most important aspect of your life's goals? The clock is ticking. Before you trip, there is no wrong or right answer. Just the mere fact you wanted to see if you could answer it shows a sharp nigga like me what he needs to know. Now, what could that be? I've been on hiatus, and now I'm getting ready to get back to business. My school, my school is doing well, and I'm going to do all I can to improve where I'm at, excuse me. Also, I've been selling more MP3s than ever. The MP3s are the bread and butter of some of the mental things that propelled me into the stratosphere of this abracadabra we live. So am I greedy, or do I want as many of you as possible to jump on this $500 deal? It's an especially good deal when you factor in it's going back to $750 in a few months. The answer to the question is both. Why can't we both win? The rest of this year, do yourself a favor and get enrolled in SWU for the low cost of $500. The success of SWU is improving and it's waiting on you. I was wondering, what can I do to improve? And then I thought, just keep asking yourself that question, and I'll have 90% of what's needed answered. I know I'm 72. I'm a 72-year-old man and probably shouldn't ever be petty, but some shit gets to me to the point where I get vindictive. I said to someone the other day, people are funny. They treat you one way, especially when you need something they have, but they don't expect to be treated the same way. People use the fact they have what you want to try to manipulate you. Of course, when you check them on it, they have all kinds of reasons they did what they did, but you and they know the only reason was they wanted to be chicken shit. What happens when the shoe is on the other foot? They do exactly what you did. They call you, and they call you over and over. And now, since you have something they want, they're nice and agreeable. Mind you, they still haven't offered what you've asked for, but they surely want you to hurry and get what they want ASAP. Now, what should I do? Better yet, what would you do? A friend of yours has something you need almost to the point you're pleading for it, but that friend has several reasons why you should wait to get what you want from them. Then you get something your friend wants just as badly as what you wanted. What would you do? Especially if that motherfucking friend didn't offer in exchange. You know what I did? I put out that I had it, and they immediately called me about it. Never one time, not once, caring that they hadn't given me what I asked for. So when they asked me for what I had, I agreed, but I didn't send it. An hour later, they called again, and after that, called again. I wanted them to feel what I felt, wanting something important to me. Instead of giving it to me, I was held hostage by my desires until I said, fuck that shit. I don't need it if I can't get it. I knew I would get the chance to be as chicken shit as they were to me. I know I'm too old to think of this kind of shit, but I still do, and I must handle it as I see fit. People are funny, and I know I haven't been promoting it as I once was, but I'm telling you, my shit in my store is dope, is winning at SW, but that don't mean it won't win for you if you don't attend my school. You just won't get it 100% as it should be understood. But let's face it, if 1% is better than where you are as far as in confidence, you get 1%, that's cool. That's an improvement. But there's no way you won't improve your outlook on yourself and women if you study my course at home. You still will get more from SW in 3 months than you would get in 10 years at an Ivy League institution. I ain't volunteering to babysit some motherfucker in Canada or the US or any fucking where. Testimonials are dope. And if you want to give one about how my shit has helped you, hit me with your phone number. And if you have benefited from my male confidence course, let us know. I don't want to say about, I don't know what to say about you guys. I should have sore fingers from typing so many emails. I don't have no goddamn sore fingers because I could type. I can only say it's a waste of time to get at women and you don't know how to close the deal. Closing is very important when you out on the prowl. You gotta know how to close it off what you're saying. Hey, I appreciate you guys. That's what I've been saying today. That's what this is about. Is there any truth? Yes. I'm gone.